Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a room tour, which I'm really excited for because I am moving soon, and that means that this is going to be gone, and I live in a stupidly massive room and I love it so much, but I will have to say goodbye to it soon. So this is kind of to like immortalize it and keep the memories that I have spent here on camera. And yeah, so let's get into this. So I was editing and I realized that legit none of the things of my stairwell saved. And also my quality on my camera has gone down because the storage is dying because I'm filming 2 videos at once. So bear with it. So we're going to do my stairwell. So right behind me we've got a massive metal black door. And yeah, this is a light switch, obviously. Don't know why I was like stating that. And then here, we've got my poster wall, which I will take you through. Okay, so we've got a series of unfortunate events, Clueless, and then come down here. We've got Dead Poet Society. It's the, the first page that says, I went to the woods and, because I wanted to live deliberately and I wanted to live deep and suck out the marrow of life. To put all that was not life, and not when I cared to die cover that I had not lived. Oh, sorry, discover I had not lived, die not lived. And the Dead Poets logo. I love Dead Poet Society. Then we've got The Land of Berk, which is How to Train Your Dragon. Cat's Eye, which is a tiny bit controversial at the moment. And then you've got Manon. And then Piano Man, which is one of my favourite Billy Joel songs, along with Rihanna, like peak songs. And then here we've got a poster for The First to Die at the End. They both die at the end. I think this is, they both die at the end. You can tell because of the bike. But Adam Silvera, I have a love-hate relationship with you. Then we've got Emma Watson, because who doesn't want an Emma Watson on their wall? Look at her. Hunger Games. You're going to see a lot of Hunger Games. But this is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and back from the games. Enjoy the show. This is the show that Snow starts going crazy at. Caraval, I love this series. I'm currently reading Once Upon a Broken Heart, and it's so peak. I love Stephanie Garber's writing. And then Regan, because murder is wrong. I wish that said illegal, but it doesn't. So yeah, then Wicked. This was one of the musicals that got me into musicals. Like, Wicked and I go way back. And here we've got Epic, which is one of my favourite musicals. Like, genuinely, I love Epic so much. A series of unfortunate events. Again, The Crow Club for Six of Crows. That is my favourite book in existence, I would say. Like, it's one of my favourite books at the very least. I love it. Can't Have Blood. I am a massive Percy Jackson fan. I'm big in the Riordan-verse, everything, you know. So, yeah. And then this is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I genuinely love it. And, like, also the books are so peak with the integrated pictures. Avengers Endgame, which I love. I am a Marvel fan, in case you can't tell. That showed my shirt, otherwise that'd be embarrassing. And then, would you look at that? Percy Jackson. Okay. And then here you've got, I just remembered Flash exists. Holy. Then you've got Little Women. And I love Little Women. Oh my god, you can just like hear my gum smacking. I'm so sorry, guys. I love Little Women so much. And then Beetlejuice. This is such a peak film, such a peak musical. Love them both. And then Stranger Things. Oh my god, I'm so disappointed in the season finale. Ow. But I still love it so much. Like, if we just ignore, like, after season 5, volume 1, like, we ignore that, then Stranger Things is so peak. And then here we've got Heathers. Heather, can you tell? Actually, I just noticed that these 3 things star the Queen Winona Ryder in them. I mean, she's literally right here. Look at that. And then you've got JD's face. Oh, Christian Slater, whatever. Then Olivia Rodrigo. I am a massive Livy, and I'm going to see her concert. Oh my god. I'm going to go see the Unravel tour. The Song of Achilles. Yeah. Again, this is one of my favourite books ever. I will say, not my favourite Greek myth in history. Well, in mythology. But I do love it. It's such a bittersweet story. Would you look at that? We're back at the Hunger Games. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Which, yeah. I've got 2 things for that on this wall. I think that just shows the Good Girls Go to Meadow. Season 2 is so peak. Oh my god. I did prefer it to season 1, I will say that. Season 1 was a bit slow, but season 2, 8. Would you look at that? Percy Jackson again. Then here, we've got The Losers Club, which is an It reference. Well, the whole thing is It 2017. There's so many little Easter eggs in the bottom if you can catch it. Yeah, I love it so much. It is such a incredible film. I'm currently reading the book, and you can tell that Stephen King was highball writing it. And then we've got the gorgeous Conan Gray. I love him so much. I'm so sad I didn't get to go to his Wishbone tour, or his Wishbone pajama tour, whatever. But yeah, I do have him over my toilet, which you will see. Don't question it. The Dead Poets Society, like one of the most iconic things, like scenes in it, and Captain My Captain. And then this is a scene that says, we don't read and write poetry because we're cute. It's cute. We read and write poetry because we're members of the human race, and that whole speech. And then it talks about, and but poetry, beauty, romance, love. These things are what we stay alive for. Yeah. My baby Neil. Why? Anyway. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Oh my god, there's a French fan film that just came out of it. So incredibly wonderful. Like, I don't know any French, but it was so accurate and peak. Like, I need more. And like, it was only the first episode that came out. And then we've got Miko, who I love his music as well. I did discover him through Epic, and then I learned to like his music. That sounds like I was forced to. But yeah, I discovered him through Epic, listened to his music, and then kind of just like evolved from there. Then we've got 2 more Hunger Games posters. If we burn, you burn with us. Yeah, Katniss Everdeen, our queen. I love her. Sunrise on the Reaping. Such a heart-wrenching, depressing book. Loved it though. I'm so scared to watch it in cinemas. Like, it's coming out in a few months, whatever. November. And we're not going to have a Wicked November this year. We are going to have the Sunrise on the Reaping November. Anyway, then we've got Tetradan, which is a reference to Six of Crows. Again, I do love it. Would you look at that? Another Percy Jackson reference. And then ABBA, I love ABBA. And then you've got like the members. I can never tell the difference between Benny and Bjorn. I think that's Bjorn. I know that's Agatha and that's Annie Frida, but the boys, whose was here? That's Bjorn and that's Benny. Yeah, that sounds right. Fingers crossed. If I got that wrong, that's embarrassing. Then School Bus Graveyard. I need the 3rd season to come out. Like, look at Ashlyn, look at Aiden, look at Ben, Logan, Taylor and Tyler. Like, my children. And then finally, on my poster wall, we've got The Cure. Boys Don't Cry. This is my favourite Cure song. Speaking of The Cure, Robert Smith has collabed with Olivia Rodrigo for her new album, which, oh my god, like, What's Wrong With Me is such a peak song. I'm actually so excited for the album to come out. I'm filming this on the 10th, so I've got like 2 days. Holy crap. Okay, but now we come over here. We've got this one poster that says, our bodies, our choice, fuck the patriarchy. Because, of course, and that is something to do with electricity. We don't go there. Then we come up the steps, and this is my closet. So, top is shirts, trousers, jumpers, others. Here's where all my stuff hangs. It's a bit cramped. And then here, that's all Barbies. It used to be the entirety of this thing, but I did narrow it down, which you'll see in my leaving vlog. And this is my school uniform that I don't need anymore, which isn't crazy. I have finished with my school. That's insane. Yeah. And then I've got these stickers. Then yeah, you just come up here, up the stairs. Voila, you are in my room. So you've come up from the stairs, right? You've seen all that. First thing you see, you come through, is this beautiful thing from India. And that is not the Nazi sign. That is the Hindu sign of peace, I believe. Okay, I just wanted to make that clear. Now, we'll move on to the set. First thing you got is this massive basket. And my gay butterflies. Love them so much. This is filled with fabrics, and all the stuff on top does not belong in my room, and I'm not meant to have them in my room. So my plan is to slowly integrate it downstairs to where they belong. Just slowly. Then, very unique, a laundry basket. Like, don't know how you can get more special than that. Okay. Then here, you've actually got something unique, a red and green bath. Because who doesn't have a red and green bath? And it's aligned perfectly with a window that looks right onto a balcony. Yep. Love that. but it's actually low-key not too bad because, as you can see, I put up a piece of fabric there because it doesn't come with blinds. And then, yeah, I love baths so much. You can tell this bath has been used. And then at the end of the bath, actually, I've got a beanbag that just kind of floats around my room, but when I'm tidying and stuff, I just put it here to, like, as its spot, you know? But, okay, at the end of the bath, we swivel here, and this is low-key. Oh, damn, froze down. This is low-key the most aesthetic part of my room. You've got, like, I don't know. This here just serves for decoration purposes. And then in this dresser, this is all filled with my Christmas decorations. So I don't know what that says about me. It says something. And even my wreath can't fit in. So, again, let's not look into what that says about me. Yeah, those are pages from a book, but it's fine. Did not pain me at all, definitely, to rip those out. Oh, and then I've got a bathrobe that just hangs literally at the end of here. My shower. Yeah. It's kind of crazy that this is all here. And then I've got my toilet, and then those are literally study stuff. And that whole bottom drawer, this whole massive thing is textbooks and like school books. And then this is just nails. And then you've got the top of this, which again, just decoration. And then above my toilet, I've got a massive Conan Gray poster, because who doesn't have a massive Conan Gray poster? And then I've got an Olivia Rodrigo and a Cat's Eye poster. And then we're going to come around to here. And this is my vanity. This is where I do all my makeup, and all my jewelry is stored here. Well, most of it. And then, so, let me give you a small tour. It's very messy. This is face products and brushes. Lip and eye, like lip liner and mascara, basically. Eyeshadow. And then this is just filled with random bits and bobs. And a mirror. I know this can't see because I've got the flash on because it's night. And the lighting in my room sucks. I've literally got a blue light because that was an accident, actually. Then here is where I store all my luggages. A ring light, obviously. And typically my easel is stored there, but I do use it for filming, and I plan on using it in like a minute. So yeah, that is not meant to be there. Okay, and then I've got my sink area. Sink, and then on this like toilet thing. So my sink is completely glass, which I don't know how to feel, but I've got like a wrapping paper roll, and I just like keep all my bracelets on it, and then some necklaces at the end. Perfume, creams, makeup remover, skincare. This typically holds all my bracelets, which I am currently like wearing. So, and this holds my rings, and then just stuff back there. Lego. She's kind of bald. One of them's kind of bald. It's a whole ordeal. But that's fine. And then, yeah, I think this is like what I would call the edge of my bathroom. So this is the whole thing, like, as you can see, obviously. Like, that's my bath, obviously, and my toilet is there, and sink there. Okay, great. Now, at the end of my sink, I have got a ukulele, obviously, and then sewing stuff, just random craft materials. This whole thing has, like, all my friends on it, and a thing full of paints and painting stuff. And then that is just a bunch of scrap cardboard, which I will get rid of before I leave, because there is no point in bringing it to London. And then I'm going to come here. This is a picture of Lakshmi, and I've got little prayer things here. And then I've got like a whole plan on how I want to do my layout of my room. So this is just like a pom-pom thing I made at my summer camp that I love. this pom-pom is there. I need to put that back up, honestly. Because basically my room, in case you haven't noticed, is an attic room. So it's really annoying to get stuff from lower than that. Okay, but now we're just going to do a quick swivel. So now we are focusing on what's behind me. So for context, this is the stairs. That's my bathroom area, and that's what we just looked at. And yes, there is actually no divider between my room and my bathroom. But lucky I'm the only one up here, so it's fine. This is my keyboard. It's where I store all my bags. Like, I feel like there's one missing. But yeah, you can tell this is my most recently used one. But I've got all my bags, a microphone obviously, the keyboard itself. This is when I adopted like an elephant thing. And then just all memorabilia from shows. Like this is Mamma Mia, As You Like It, Oliver. Like this brings so many memories every time I look at it. And I love it so much. And then at the feet, we have my yarn basket of working projects. Then my either crocheting or knitting. And then that is just yarn I'm not using. And then my bin. The bin also floats around. And then you've got the easel. Because this is using for filming. I should not be here actually, but it's fine. And then my World Scholars things. Medals and the tag. And then here you have a thing, like a picture frame of all me and my friends from London. I miss them so much. I'm going to see them soon. I'm going to be able to live with them soon. I'm so excited for that. But, no. This is kind of on my floor because I don't really have walls to hang it on except for that one. Yeah. Okay. Next, we've got, like, my desk, which does kind of go into the book area, which I'm saving for last, obviously. So down here, you've got that black box is full of script. Why am I doing my hand like that? That black box is full of scripts. Just random stuff. Socks, obviously. This chair. And the desk itself, it's got a bunch of memorabilia on top of it. And inside. And then these two drawers are filled with notebooks. And then down here are notebooks I'm getting rid of. And that one on top, actually, I'm not. But that's fine. Then we're going to just slowly swivel around to my bed. I love my bed. This is my favourite place in my whole room. Let me get a better perspective. Okay, so this is where it starts. Got this massive fan because it gets so hot. Then over here, I have my hat. And in there is like, not ancient, but old outerwear such as gloves and like delicate stuff. And then my Polaroid camera. And then down here, I have got, one sec, a floofy rug. And my slippers are the best thing in the world. Okay, then I've got my bed. This is a pillowcase that my grandmother made me. Love you, Mima. And then my bed is actually covered with all my stuffies right now. Because I realised I'm not going to see them for 6 months when they get shipped off, so I want to be with them every last second I've got with them, you know? Then my bedding is very mix and matched. This thing, again, is made by my grandmother. That's from India. That's my pajama top. That's my laptop. And then above my bed, obviously, I have a mirror ball that does work. Just not shown because it's too bright right now. I've got this elephant mobile and that lady mobile. Then above my bed, on top, this is basically what I use as a nightstand. Light. Light. Let there be light. There we go. Lip balm. Pin pad. That is a bracelet. Torch. Kindle. Book. Typewriter. This is a working typewriter. My one all the way back there doesn't actually work. My diaries and stuff. Earbuds. Can you tell I'm an Olivia Rodrigo fan? That's my brother's. It's just a bunch of stuff, you know, on top. And yeah, this is my bed. And Yes, it is my favorite place in the world to be. I love it so much. I'd like to note that this exists. Let me just... This is like a curtain because, again, you've got the window that leads to a balcony right out there, so anyone can see in. So this just kind of pulls... Why is this caught? Guys, I'm trying to like demonstrate something. Don't get caught. Oh, damn, it's gotten caught up here. But anyway, there we go. So yeah, this is what's meant to be caught back there. This is like what it looks like when I have it properly in place. Okay, it's been a couple days, honestly. But I'm going to continue on with the library section, which is everything behind my bed. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is like my favorite part of the room. We start at this chair, which is honestly, I love sitting and reading in it. It is small, but it's actually so comfy and I love it so much, genuinely. Okay, we're gonna start like right beside the chair. We've got my books down here. We've got my Study in Charlotte set, the Iliad, the Odyssey, and then Greek mythology retellings. So I've got 2 Madeline Miller books, The Silence of the Girls. And then I've got all my Roald Dahl books, and these are a bunch of books about fairies. And then here, this is my scrapbook. This is from Nail Clue. That was a whole incident. Yeah. And then I've got all my scrap material, and this is where I keep like my book stuff. I've got annotations, tape obviously, I don't know why there's tape in there, but like annotation cards, and like all my bookmarks are back here. Okay, above that shelf I've got my Stephenie Meyer shelf. I've got the Twilight books, and then The Host. Yeah, and then I've got my Vampire Diaries, which I haven't actually read yet. I haven't read The Host either, but I will read them one day. And then I've got my radio, which isn't currently working. It needs new batteries. And then I've got like a thing of like a bunch of photo strips with me and my friends. And then above this, we have my first 3 Anne of Green Gable books. I did give away the others. I've got my E.B. White book set, so Stuart Little, Charlotte's Web, and The Trumpet and the Swan. And then I've got my Chronicles of Narnia. I've got a random copy of The Magician's Nephew as well. Then The Borrowers. These books meant so much to me as a child. I love these so much. And then my Little House on the Prairie books. And then Nancy Drew. This is low-key a knockoff Nancy Drew. It's like Nancy Drew's diary. It's very strange. It's not in the style at all as the other Nancy Drews. And then Trixie Belden, which obviously go next to Nancy Drew. Swiftly Tilting Planet, and A Wrinkle in Time, and then Ballet Shoes. Now this is probably one of my favourite parts of my shelf. It's my Grishaverse shrine. So we've got Six of Crows, which is my favourite book in the universe ever to exist. Crooked Kingdom, which is the sequel, and I love it so much. Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I love. However, I do prefer Six of Crows, I will say that. Then King of Scars and Rule of Wolves, which are like my lifelines as well. I love these books so much. And then I've got like a Change the Game thing signed by Leo Bardugo. And then here I've got one of my teddies. And then here, watching over my bed actually, is my dad's old teddy. So yeah, this is what this shelf looks like. Okay, so we're moving on to down here. This is a shoebox filled with like all the cards I've received in my life. Well, not all of them. I've got another shoebox of cards. And then just some stationery. I typically have more here, but I'm using them right now, so yeah. And then I've got this doll. Then here I've got my Eden Blyton. I loved Up the Faraway Tree, and there's a film about it, and I need to watch it. And then we've got my Noisy Village books, and then A Swish of Curtain. This book means so much to me. It's about a bunch of kids who transform like an old abandoned church into a theater, and like, don't know why the bookmark's there, I should check. But I love this book because I love theatre so much. And this whole thing, like, they make their own production, they write the play and write the music, and I love it so much. I wanted to do this so bad. Yeah, and then this is the sequel, Maddie Alone, which is about Maddie getting a role on a TV show, I believe. I don't know. I definitely preferred Swish of a Curtain, but still loved. Then these are my David Walliams books. We've got Awful Auntie, Bad Dad, Grandpa's Great Escape, then Midnight Gang, Slime. This is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Demon Dentist. This one genuinely terrified me. Oh, I've got like 2 Osborne things, like The Haunted Town and Time Train to Ancient Rome. And which book is this then? Oh, Codename Bananas. I used to be obsessed with David Walliams, and so the problem with me is I am a very sentimental person, so I've kept a lot of my childhood books. Speaking of, we're going to move up here to Murder Most Unladylike. This series is one of my favorite series of all time. Like, even to this day. I love Robin Stevens so much, and I also put like this little magnifying glass. And then The Ministry of Unladylike Activity and The Body and the Blitz. This is actually signed. And in the case of The Drowned Pearl, I've read all of them, I don't own all of them. And then you've got The Guggenheim Mystery, which then leads into The London Eye Mystery, as these are sequels, except for, sadly, Dowd died and Robin Stevens took over. And then you've got The Adventures on Trains, which is like Sabotage. I've got these 2, but I have read the entirety of the series as well. And then in this little pocket, you have these, I'm pretty sure, Japanese fidget toys. Don't come at me. Like, they're really cute. They've got these pandas, and my step-grandfather got them for me before he died. Like, so they go in here. And then, ooh, I've got little elephants in this one. So I've got 2 of these. I've got a bunch of knickknacks, and they're so cute. Okay, next I'm going to be moving on to this. This is like more of my younger books. So we've got my Dork Diaries, Fashion Academy. I love these books when I first got them. Jack and Louisa. These are again about acting, and actually this one is what got me Into the Woods, which is one of my favorite musicals of all time. So that says a lot. And then first term and second term and third term at Les Hôtels. Do not quote me on that. My French is horrendous. And it's School for Stars. It kind of reminds me of whatchamacallit, Mallory Towers, but not entirely. And then The Infinite by Patience Agbabi. Oh my god, I literally live in Africa. Agbabi. And then these 2 aren't really children's books, are they? But I genuinely had nowhere else to put them. They could go somewhere, but like I feel like these just kind of fit here just nicely. So The Kiss Curse and the XX. These are what originally got me into romance, actually. There's also one for Christmas that I really want to get, because that will be the perfect Christmas read. Okay, now we're moving on to Abby Elphinstone. She is one of the main authors that got me into reading. I love her so much. Same with Robin Stevens. I literally was Mole for World Book Day once, so I've got her Dream Snatcher trilogy and then her Unmapped Chronicles. I think she's released more books, but these are the ones that I read. I think, yeah. Yeah. I wanted to be utterly so bad from, which book was it? Rumble Star, yeah. This book, there's a character called Utterly Thankless. Her names are honestly incredible. So in Everdark, our main characters is called Smudge, and then she has a monkey called Bartholomew. In Jungle Drop, it's twins, Fox and Fibber, who go to this magical kingdom. Rumble Star, it's Casper Talk, who, is fine, but utterly thankless. Great name. And then in the Crackerdawn Dragon, it is Zebedee Bolt and Morg, who is a harpy, and Uni, I have not read this one in so long. Like the others I really... Sky Song, this book broke me. This is actually such a sad book. 10 out of 10 would recommend though. So yeah, this is not part of the Unmapped Chronicles. I think there are 4 of them. Yeah, the Crackledawn Dragon, Rumble Star, Jungle Drop, Everdark. And then this is like a little World Book Day snippet of Everdark. Actually, I think my Everdark is dyslexia friendly, yeah. Which is great, I love that. Sorry. We are now going to move down here to my School for Good and Evil. I've read them all, but these are the ones that I own. I own the first 4, I think. I think these are the first 4. Book 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And I love this. I was so excited for the film. The film was such a letdown. Genuinely. I was so sad. And then you got the Trial of the Nevermore series. Yeah, which is about a girl called Morrigan Crow. And I've read these. It's a trilogy. I'm pretty sure. There might be more books, but yeah. Now we're going to come down here, and this is my Tilly and the Book Wanderers, Pages & Co. I love this series. It's about a girl who is able to go into books and go through their stories and also bring characters out. It is so great. So I've read these 3 books, and then we've got my Sophie Anderson books, and I love her. Got The Castle of Tangled Magic and The Girl Who Speaks Bear. Great books. Now we're getting into the more like grown-up section. We've got my Shatter Me series. I am currently reading Unravel Me, and it's so painful. I love Shatter Me, but Unravel Me is honestly such a hard read. Like, I am not enjoying anything about it. I'm finding Juliet to be so pick-me and annoying, and yeah. I will power through it, but it's taking me a hot second to get to the point where I even want to. Then here is one of my favorite series of all times, A Series of Unfortunate Events. I sadly do not own all 13 books. I own 8 of them, I think. I'm missing the 1st, 2nd, 8th, 9th, and 13th. So yeah. This is honestly one of the most accurate book-to-screen adaptations I have seen in my entire life. Like, genuinely, such a great series. I love Lemony Snicket's tellings, and I love the story, and I mean, it's literally one in the first book. This has no happy ending at all, and I love it. My favorite is probably The Austere Academy, but I do love these all. I don't know why I took that off. That's going to be a nightmare to put back on. I will deal with that in a second off camera. Okay, I put that back, but now we're going to move on to my Annie Huang shelf. I love her books so much. She's the only really romances I read. I'm not really a big romance. My King of Sloth looks so massive. And I still need King of Envy, yeah? That's the one that I don't have King of Envy. And you might notice I'm missing Twisted Hate, which is my favorite of the Twisted series. And basically, I gave it to a friend, and then her dad took it. And then she left the country without telling anyone. And she also has, like, no contact with us. So, yeah, I need to get a new Twisted Hate. I miss Twisted Hate so much. And then down here, we've got my One of Us is Lying series. I love these books so much. I really like the characters. I will say it's quite a simple read. I'm not sure how to explain it. But quite a lot of things are laid out for you. And though it's a mystery, I don't know. It's a very easy read. I really enjoy reading them, though. And then here we've got my Inheritance Game and the Brothers Hawthorne. I still need the next book in the Brothers Hawthorne series, don't I? Yeah. So, I really love the Inheritance Game. I haven't read the Brothers Hawthorne yet. So, I'll get there eventually. And then this last box for the shelf is my African literature, basically, or my African American. So we've got Children of Blood and Bone, which is fantasy. I love it, but I haven't read the 3rd book in the series, which is Children of Anguish and Anarchy. I've got the Gilded ones, haven't read the Eternal ones. I've read Skin of the Sea, but not Soul of the Deep. I've read The Poison Heart, but not Cinderella is Dead. So I have quite a bit of catching up to do. So this is what the shelf looks like. Oh, I forgot to show you my Jumbo, which just has like a display on top of it because I don't actually use it. We are now moving to the top. We're going to start off with the Caraval series. I love this, and I'm currently reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. And on top I've got this little thing, and it makes sound. Like, yeah. I forgot what it's called. Okay, let me shut that up real quick. Then we've got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is such a peak series. I love it so much. This series. And season 2 is coming out. And then we've got The Cruel Prince. I haven't read The Stolen Heir yet. Or Why the King of Elfhame Hates Stories. I don't even own Why the King of Elfhame Hates Stories. And on top I've got like this horse with a fairy on it and a bird. Just because, fae, fairy. And then here, these papers are Cardan's letters to Jude when she's away. Oh, that's a spoiler. And then next, I've got Belladonna. And then I've got Foxglove and Wisteria, which I have not read. That is becoming a common theme. And then here I've got Fourth Wing. I absolutely adored Fourth Wing, but I hated Iron Flame. Like, it was such a bad book to me. And this is Onyx Storm, and I'm like debating. Someone in my school said it was good, but I'm not sure if I trust him because I do not like him. So, yeah. And I've got like a little sword. This is actually from Raya and the Last Dragon Barbie. Then next we've got The Land of Stories. This is such a great series. I love it so much. I have read all of them, but I own the first 4. Yeah, it's great. It's about these children who find out that the fairy tale world is real, and they are indeed from it. And above, we've got my Lightlark series. So I don't own Grimoire Oro or Crown Tide. This is one book. This has nothing in it. This is one of these are signed. These are both signed, but I don't know which of my Lightlark is signed. But I wanted to display these edges, and then this, and then this, and then Nightbane and Skyshade, and then I put a crown here because they're all fighting for what do you call it? It's the 6. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then I've got the not dust cover overlay here of yeah. And then here I've got Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And then the next 2 books in the series. I have not read these. I've read this, but not these. So I will one day. One day I'll get to them. Then you've got my favorite part, my Percy Jackson shelf. We've got The Lightning Thief Special Edition. The original 5 books in this format. Oh, and then on my Lightning Thief I've got Trident. And then I've got like a chariot thing. This is Roman. This is from Rome, like ancient Rome. But it reminded me of the chariot races in Sea of Monsters. So there. And then I've got the high school series, which is actually insane that we're going to get one more book narrated by Percy Jackson and then none other. And then I've got like these, like the Camp Half-Blood beads I made. Yeah. Don't know why they're like this actually. They should be this way. And then I've got Heroes of Olympus. And on top of that, I've got Empire State Building, obviously, because that's where the gods are. 600th floor, obviously. Sun and the Star. I haven't read Court of the Dead yet, and I need it. Percy Jackson and the Greek Heroes. I have not read that, but I've read Greek Gods, and then I've got Battle of the Labyrinth, Sea of Monsters, and Titan's Curse. I don't know why these aren't in order. And then I've got Mark of Athena, Lost Hero, and Blood of Olympus. Because, yeah. sorry. And then I've got Percy Jackson, The Ultimate Guide, The Demigod Files. Now, these have the original art on them. Like, this is a jump scare, and it changes. Don't know if it will show on camera, but it changes. Yeah, see? Yeah, this book honestly gives me the biggest jump scares when I look through it, because I've also got like these photo cards for like Grover. I think that's meant to be Hestia. I'm not sure though. Yeah, see Hestia. It's honestly terrifying. I will put that back in a second. And then Trials of Apollo. This is the one book I own, but I have read them. Magnus Chase. I only own Ship of the Dead. I own 2 copies of Ship of the Dead and then The Sword of the Summer. So I'm missing the second one. Yeah. But I have read it, obviously. And then I think I've got all 3. The Red Pyramid, The Throne of Fire, The Serpent Shadow. So yes, I do have all 3 King Chronicle books. And then I've got like a little scarab beetle from Egypt. And then this pharaoh statue from Egypt. And behind that is Daughter of the Deep, which I have not read yet. I've also read every other Percy Jackson book. I just don't own them all. So, yes. And that is this side complete. Like, that is one bookshelf. And we will then move on. We are then going to move on to my terrace. Oh, we've also got this sun and the star thing, like the moon and the night. Little mask hanging. This is my terrace. I don't really come out here often. This is a jasmine plant, but it's not in bloom at the moment. And this is my view. Yeah, it's not much, honestly. And then, oh, I forgot, I've got these 2, oh, what did I just step in? Yeah, I've got these 2 parasols up here, because why not? And then, we're coming over here. This is my rocking chair. I love it. These are my dolls. They watch me sleep. It is not creepy. This is my 5-year at camp paddle. Like, 5 years of memories. And then it, like, has my name. And then, yeah. So this is a pile of books. On top of it is my Greek mythologies. Not Greek mythologies, but classic mythologies. And then these are, like, my core childhood books. Like, the ones that, like, define my childhood. Yeah. I had to go do swim training, but I am back. So let's continue. So we've got these, which again are like my picture books, my children books, like Dr. Seuss, The Owl and the Pussycat. I can recite this off by heart. Gossie, my mummy calls me Monkey Pants. These are all like massive books to my childhood. And then we've got this shelf here, which has some great books. Bunk 9's Guide to Growing Up. This is such a good book for puberty. This really helped me through it. And I mean, yes, I do have really supportive parents who are always open to talk about stuff with me, especially to do with that. So, yeah, but this is actually a great book. It's really useful. Definitely recommend. And then below here, what do I have? We've got The Little Prince. I think this is a Nancy Drew book. And Brava Strega Nonna. It's a heartwarming pop-up book. I love it. It's got, like, this is her family tree. We've got her here. And then, oh wow. There's like the outside dining vineyard area. It's not opening properly with one hand. This was my favorite thing to do, because you've got like little things to look at. And oh, the spaghetti. Like, yeah. Anyways, I love this book when I was little. And then then you've got like a very sudden switch, which is, these are my older ones. Furthermore, The Beast Made of Night. This is definitely an older one. And I want to reread it because I don't think I fully understood it when I left. Because there was definitely like heavier themes that I did not realize. Queen's Assassin. Great book. Really enjoyed it. Maribel and the Book of Faith. Children of the Quicksands. Love this. I love the Cinder Chronicles. And I want all the books so bad. Yeah. I was going to say something, but I completely forgot. And then here we've got like some of my older books. I've got Peter Pan. I used to be obsessed with Peter Pan. A Light in the Attic. Tiermarchen. Don't come at me for that pronunciation. German is not my first language. Or any of my languages. I can understand a bit, but Where the Sidewalk Ends. And then La Facidor. And then Olivia, I love this. I've got an Olivia teddy, actually. And then you've got my plays and Things Fall Apart. I hate this book with such a burning passion. Like, this book, I had to study it. But I've got Into the Woods, which is my favourite musical, The Box of Delights, which is a really cute Christmas musical, and A Streetcar Named Desire. And then here is my mystery shelf, except for Layla and the Blue Fox. That's not a mystery. Secrets of Selkie, like high-rise mystery. Secrets of Selkie, The Truth of Thieves of Ostia, Mr. Lemoncillo's Library, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I love how these are kind of more kids' books, and you got The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I used to love Ruby Redfort. Like, this girl had my childhood on lock. Yeah. And then here we've got just some random novels. Oddball, which is a really nice poem book. 13 Little Blue Envelopes. And then The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Gobbledygook, The Witch's Cat. I remember loving it. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember loving it. Welcome to Nowhere, which is about Syrian refugees. It's really good. This is this book. I need to, like, fix it up. But this is the, Little Princess. No, what? The Princess one. Why can't I remember its name? Because I know it's not The Little Prince. It's, no, it is a Little Princess, not the. I loved it. The Railway Children, Street Child, Top 10 Greek Legends, The Horror Handbook, and my favourite Christmas book of all time, A Christmas Carol. I love A Christmas Carol. Look. And this is literally gold, has gold flakes on it, and it's red, and it's, yeah, I love that. And then down here, we've got some more novels. These are blue. That just seems to be the vibe. I'm not sure if I did that on purpose. But you've got this one, which is about fashion, and I love it. This one is such a sad book. 10 out of 10. Such a sad book again. I love Adam Silvera so much. These are just all, like, sad books, except for this one and this one. And this one, I guess. This one has a lot about housework and stuff, but it's not the worst. And then, so A Boy with a Cuckoo Clock Heart. This is such a sad book. Oh my god. I didn't really like the main character, but it's still sad. And oh my god, The One and Only Ivan. This is so sad. It's about this gorilla. I was bawling reading that. Such a peak book. I forgot to share this. This is more of my kids' books. I used to be obsessed with this book. Not the Bolds, just this book in general. I don't know. But years ago, I was able to, like, recite the entire thing off by heart. And then, yeah, you just got some more, like, childrenly books here. And then this here is, more mystery books. And then ABBA, obviously. Again, these are more children books, but I still love them. I'm extremely, sentimental. Agatha Audley, I love the Agatha Audley books. She's such a peak character. And then here we've got Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. I don't know why these are separated. Big Ideas for Curious Minds, and Girls. What's this? What? Oh, Girls Think of Everything. I was trying to find out what the think was. Yeah. Can you tell I am a feminist by this? Perchance I am a feminist. I love feminism. So, yep. I think I'm gonna die in a house. Yeah, I will arrange that in a minute. So, I just turned the flash on. I should have done that earlier. Oh, and here is a Pitman Pocket Shorthand Dictionary. It was my grandmother's. I always forget that Strasser was her last name. Birmingham. She used to live in Birmingham. Yep, so this is just about shorthand. I do not know shorthand. Here I've got a skirt. Don't question that. Coconut. A chain. Yep. So this this is what the shelf looks like, that part, and now we're going to move up. Okay, so here we've got like all my fairy tales. We've got Swedish ones, I haven't actually read that, but the Big Book of Fairy Tales, these are mainly Grimm, and then Grimm's Fairy Tales, and the Emperor's Nightingale, the Lost Fairy Tales, the Tudor Book of Fairy Tales. I like my fairy tales. And then I've got this doll who came with the bed, and I thought that she was like, oh, my hand's wet because I was fidgeting with my hair. I thought she fit nicely here. And then we've got Keepers of the Lost City. Book 10 is coming out, and don't come at me for it being a kids series. I love it. And yes, my book 8.5 does not fit the others. Even my 9 and 9.5 are different, but at least they're the same height. So yeah, but it's fine. And then I've actually got 2 of the first book, but I love this series so much. And then here I've got Biana, Keith, and Sophie. Yeah, I'm Team Keith, by the way. Team Keith all the way. Not a Team Fitz. I used to be Team Fitz. And then on top, actually, this is some foreshadowing. I've got this is Hermione's wand. It used to light up. It does not anymore. You would press that and it would light up and you got Lumos. And then my friend carved this for me. But what I want to show you is what's in here. Dun dun dun. Dumbledore's wand. It's not the Elder wand. It's his original wand. You've got like engravings on the side. Avada Kedavra! Yeah. So this is actually incredible. I do not support J.K. Rowling. I want to make that clear. But I do love Harry Potter. I've been a Harry Potter fan for years. And speaking of Harry Potter, dun dun dun, my Harry Potter section, isn't it? So I've got the Philosopher's Stone on top. It's this gorgeous illustrated book. I love it. Then I've got these 3 Harry Potter books. I've got Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fire, and The Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, I do wish I had them all, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I don't. And then we're moving on to my Veronica Roth shelf. So actually, I didn't know that Veronica Roth wrote Divergent. And so I read The Fates Divided and Carth the Mark and loved them. And then I found out that she wrote Divergent. And obviously I've heard of Divergent, but I hadn't read it. I still haven't read it. I watched the first film without knowing it was a book when I was like, 10 or 11. So you'll have to forgive me for that. But yeah, so I have all these books. I love how my Insurgent and my Divergent match, but then Allegiant and Four don't. And then speaking of what am I speaking of? Dystopian worlds. We've got this is like my dystopian section. Hunger Games. I've read every single Hunger Games, but I need, not want, I need a copy of the actual Hunger Games. I do not have. There's a plane. Not sure if you can hear it. Yeah, and then I really love this copy of Mockingjay. So I've got 2 Mockingjays. I love this copy. It's so propagandary and it fits so well into the themes and into Mockingjay. And then The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And oh my god, Sunrise on the Reaping is coming out. Like, it actually kills me. Like, reading that book destroyed me, and I'm not ready for the film. And then we've got 2 Maze Runner books. We've got The Kill Order and The Death Cure, which I believe are the 3rd and the 5th, but I haven't actually read them. And I want the rest before. And then we've just kind of got a pile of books I'm not really sure about. So you've got Better Than the Movies, and then Pride and Prejudice, and then Make My Wish Come True, Yellow Face, How to Kill Your Family, 1984, and then 1984. Can you guys tell I like 1984? And then, on the end, I've got Olivia Rodrigo Gatsuel Tour. This should actually be open more so you can see her face. I like keeping it displayed like that. I got her Gatsuel Tour book, and I'm going to the Unravel Tour. I am so excited. This is what it looks like. This is probably my not my least favorite shelf, but it just doesn't make me as happy as the one behind me, honestly. Like, this shelf just makes me so much happier. I can't explain it. But yeah, this is a great... I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on. Okay, so down here we've got some stuff. So this is like a thing. I want to like... Actually, I need to glue some stuff down a bit. But I really like it, actually. It's from Wind in the Willows, I think. Yeah. So that. And then behind here is this painting I made. And I want to fix the moon. Otherwise, I actually kind of like it. And then in here is a green screen for acting and stuff. And then this is a... Dun dun dun. Just like craft box. Like, I forgot I've got double-sided tape in there. So yeah. Then in here is all my stuff for my Polaroid and some like crafting papers. And then this is actually all clothes that, some of my clothes that don't fit me anymore, but they're like too special to get rid of. So that's what this is. And then this is baby me. And then here is my Cat's Eye Beautiful Chaos thing. I got this before, like, yeah, you know, before. And then this is a book nook that I had built and then it got knocked off, so I haven't actually finished it. Scrapbooking paper, or just decorative paper as it's called. And then these are just like a bunch of paintings that I don't know why I did, and I'm going to get rid of them. Like, burn them at the stake, honestly, at this point. And then we've got my TBR cart, which we will go into detail with, obviously. But here we've got, oh, Panem is falling. Like things, like signage. So we've got Narnia, Greece, Ketterdam, Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter, Havenfield, Elfham, and, well, Panem is falling. Yeah, and then I've got this little magnet and my lamp. So I will now give you a full rundown of all the books. Okay, then up here is books I'm currently reading. I am reading more, like, on audiobook and Kindle, but these are the ones I physically own. So we've got The Village by the Sea, Unravel Me, which is taking me so long to get into. Then it's Arikana, Son of Akanga, which was by a Kenyan author, and I haven't finished it yet, but it seems really interesting so far. And it's like self-published, which is great. And then Holy Empire, Book 1, Twin Towers. I'm doing a reread of this. Yeah. And then, oh, then here I've actually got the dust cover for Catabasis. I don't get hell with love by F. Wang, and that's because I'm actually reading the physical copy. However, that is downstairs because I basically read that every time I go downstairs. I don't know how to explain it, but every time I go down and I'm by myself, instead of like scrolling or anything, I just have the book down there so I don't have to do anything. And then on the end we've got this turtle doorstopper who I love, and this camel from Morocco. Okay, then down here, this second shelf is full of like the older books. So let's see what we've got. We've got The Runaways, Castaways in Lilliput. Then these are 3 Nancy Drew mysteries. The Black Pearl, Pocahontas the True Princess, which is the true story of Pocahontas, which I really want to read. Princess Njinga, Bane of the Portuguese. Tales from Shakespeare, which I have read, but I haven't fully read it, and I want to do like a full read through. And then Into the Land of the Unicorns. And then what is this? So Many Steps to Death by Agatha Christie. I really am looking forward to that. Earthsea, another, and it's the first 4 books, so it's like 4 in 1, which I love. The Handmaid's Tale, and then All Quiet on the Western Front. So most of these were like my mum's, that's why they're a bit run down. A Week in the Woods, The Daughter of the Moon, and then my Tom Robbins books. I think this is Jitterbug Perfume, Skinny Legs and All. Is this Skinny Legs and More? And even Cowgirls Get the Blues. I know those are the ones I own. I'm not sure which is which. And then around on this side, we've got Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, To Kill a Mockingbird, Night Circus, which does have to be put at like an angle to fit on, the Night Circus. This is a hardcover and it has like this blue thing. It's really beautiful. I haven't actually taken this off. This is what it looks like. There's 2 bookmarks in here, which I was unaware of because my grandmother gave this to me. Oh my god, that's information. And then it's black and white here. And then, yeah, it's just plain like a navy blue with the Night Circus. Wait, that's new. Sorry, I haven't actually looked through it. And then here I've got Middlesex, which is about being non-binary, I believe, and not about the place in the UK. And then Unboxed. Then down here, I'm going to start on the other side actually. Okay, then on this last shelf, I've got A Court of Mist and Fury. I don't own any of the other ACOTAR books. Powerless. Wait, let me, I've got the Red Queen on top. So the thing is, I bought Powerless before all the controversy and I never actually got around to reading it. So, yeah, I also do own the Red Queen. So I do want to actually read them and compare because I'm very interested. That was that lady on TikTok who did a really, like, deep dive into Powerless and the Hunger Games and the Red Queen. So yeah, then we've got Our Fault in the Stars. This is like a picture of my dad and I when we were younger. All the Bright Places, Wonder, The Housemaids, The Illusions. Why am I moving these forward? Dark Water Daughter, The Huntress C, The Close, The Black Flamingo, Daisy Jones and the Six, and Ruthless Vows. I have read Divine Rivals, but I don't own the book. Now with the Red Queen, I've also got this hard cover. And then on the inside, you've got this gorgeous emblems. I have no idea what these represent, but it's still super pretty. And then, yeah, the cover's just kind of grey. Victoria, thank God. Okay. And then, on this side, we've got The Reapers of Souls, Nettle and Bone, The Night Circus again. This is a paperback copy. One for All, The Extinction Trials, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is my best friend's favorite book, and he's been begging me to read this for years. And I mean years. And I just keep putting it off. And I know I shouldn't, but I just do. And then I've got Sabrina, Season of the Witch, The Naturals, which I really love, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've got those a bookmark in here as well. Look at this, I'm collecting bookmarks today. This is the bookmark, look how cute it is. And then you've got Killjoy, I Do Like My Holly Jackson, The Other Side of Never, The Poppy War, Babel, and Artemis Fowl. This Artemis Fowl book is actually special edition. I'm not sure, these are like the symbols, I'm assuming. Looks a bit like hieroglyphics. Again, I haven't read this, so I wouldn't know. And it's signed. It's there's only 1,000 copies of this book. Introduction. This was for the 10-year celebration. I also, Eon Colfer is a bad person, I am sorry. And then the entire book is in this to be and it's dyslexia friendly. So yeah, it's very shiny. It's very shiny, I will say that. But I got this for, I think, 300 bob, which is roughly $5. So it's a pretty good deal if you ask me. I just realised I forgot to show off my elephants. So I've got a pink and a purple one, and they are so cute. And yeah, that's what my TBR shelf looks like. And this is what my library looks like. And yeah, that is my room. It is a bit of a mess, but I love it anyways. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that.